Silent Sky Intruder. On January 11, 2026, at exactly 5:32 p.m., a strange light was seen moving quietly over the town of Perov, Czech Republic. The object appeared during the early evening hours, just as the city lights began to glow and the sky turned a deep shade of blue. Witnesses described the object as a dim, bluish-white light that seemed to pulse or flicker gently through the cloud layer. At first glance, it could have been mistaken for a commercial airplane. But as more people observed it, questions began to arise. It didn't have the typical red and green navigation lights commonly seen on passenger aircraft. It also made no sound and appeared to glide steadily without the usual flashing beacons. The path of the object was northwest, and it moved without changing altitude or direction. It stayed visible for several minutes before disappearing behind the clouds. Despite its calm movement and lack of dramatic behavior, it left a sense of curiosity in those who watched it. Because Perov is near several air traffic routes, the initial assumption was that the light came from a commercial flight. However, its glow and the way it stood out in the evening sky made some people unsure. Even after reviewing flight tracking data and local airspace activity, no confirmed aircraft matched the location and time of the sighting. No official explanation has been provided yet, and no emergency aircraft activity was reported that evening. While it's possible it was an aircraft with unusual lighting or atmospheric reflection, the exact source remains unclear. For now, it's simply recorded as an unidentified aerial event, quiet, slow, and unexplained, but real enough for those who witnessed it over the rooftops of Perov that winter evening. On January 10, 2026, a strange video was circulating online. A passenger captured something unusual while flying over Japan. Just above the dense cloud layer, a tall, vertical formation appeared to rise straight out of the sky. The object had a solid shape and a layered appearance, narrowing slightly as it extended upward, resembling a column or pillar. What made it more notable was the way the object seemed to be partially blended with the atmosphere. Its edges were faint, but its central structure was clearly distinguishable, standing tall against the blue sky. This wasn't a fast-moving object. It appeared to remain still for a noticeable amount of time, giving passengers a clear chance to observe it. The texture looked more solid than cloud, and it didn't resemble typical atmospheric phenomena like lenticular clouds or contrails. It also wasn't shaped like a balloon or known aircraft. No light sources or movements were seen around it, just a tall structure-like object in the middle of the sky. The individual who recorded it noted that they'd never seen anything like it before in years of flying. It didn't behave like an illusion, and there was no nearby cityscape, mountain peak, or aircraft that could explain the shape. While some viewers online have speculated it might be an optical reflection or a rare weather formation, others have suggested the possibility of an artificial structure or hidden object that became temporarily visible. As of now, there's no clear explanation for the sighting. The footage remains available, and viewers have pointed out its symmetrical design, suggesting intentional structure rather than coincidence. Whether this is a rare natural formation, an illusion created by light and angle, or something else entirely remains open to interpretation, but it certainly raised curiosity for those on board that flight. Double-faced cylinders hovering. At 7:01 a.m. on January 11, 2026, in the Waterloo region of southern Ontario, a witness reported seeing something unusual in the sky. After weeks of cloudy weather, the sky was finally clear, and they took the opportunity to step outside early in the morning. What they noticed caught them off guard, a distinct pair of glowing cylindrical objects hovering above the treetops.
This appears to be a new visitor. We're right around 7 a.m. It appears to look like two connected cylinders. Like I said in other videos, this is the first clear sky in several weeks, and that's really gone stealth mode pretty much as it heads southwest. There's another one that just powered up. There's a third. Every encounter has been peaceful.
The objects appeared to maintain a fixed position in the sky, showing no signs of rapid movement or blinking lights typical of commercial aircraft. From the backyard, the witness was able to view the objects clearly against the darker part of the dawn sky. They described the objects as double cylinders, seemingly aligned and motionless, separated slightly but moving in relation to each other as if tethered or synchronized. The area where the sighting occurred is known for relatively low levels of light pollution, which allowed for a clearer view. The sky had just begun to brighten with the early morning light, providing enough contrast to make the shapes noticeable. The witness noted that this wasn't a single event. They saw multiple similar occurrences throughout the morning, but this particular formation stood out due to its clarity and shape. There were no accompanying sounds, and the objects remained visible for a few minutes before gradually fading or moving too far to track. The witness managed to capture a few images, which showed the faint but defined shapes above the horizon. Whether these objects were natural, atmospheric, or something else entirely remains unclear. But for the person who stood in that backyard, it was an unexpected and memorable start to the day. Lights above McDonald's. A sighting in North Carolina has caught people's attention on January 11, 2026, not just because of where it happened, but how clearly it was observed. A witness near a local McDonald's noticed three glowing objects of light in the sky. They were hovering directly above the restaurant.
Oh my God, look at the aliens! No! They're just floating over McDonald's. What you think that is? What, they came here for a McFlurry or something? What, they trying to order a Big Mac? Like lights over Mickey D's? Hell nah. Man, look at this shit, y'all. They trying to order Big Macs and McFlurries. They want a Happy Meal so they can go home. Take me with you. I appreciate the visit. Thank you so much.
The lights were dimming at one moment and then at another moment glowed bright in a pattern, and they weren't moving fast like drones. They remained steady, silent, and completely still for several minutes. The witness described the glow as cool white, not harsh or flickering, but evenly lit, as if the objects were self-illuminated. It wasn't just one person. Several customers leaving the drive-thru and others walking nearby took notice. People pulled out their phones and began filming. The objects were high enough not to be mistaken for lights on poles or buildings, but low enough to stand out from stars or planets. Over the next 5 minutes, the center light slowly dimmed while the two outer lights remained bright. Eventually, all three faded together until nothing was left in the sky. No sound, no trails, just a quiet disappearance. A few viewers speculated they might have been drones, but most agreed that the perfect hovering, absence of noise, and slow coordinated fade-out didn't align with typical drone behavior. No aircraft were reported in the area at the time. The FAA hasn't released a statement, and local news outlets are treating it as a community curiosity for now. But for those who were there, the reaction was one of quiet confusion. It may not have been flashy or fast, but that's what made it more unusual. Just three silent lights above a fast food chain, floating, steady, and then gone. Just before I move to the next point, if you are new here and enjoy mysterious, unexplained UFO sightings, then make sure to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to never miss a video. On the evening of 30th August 2021, around 10 p.m., a woman and her friend were driving through St. Helens in Merseyside when she decided to take a photo of the moon. The moon appeared unusually red, so she opened Snapchat and took a picture from inside the car. After switching to night mode and taking a second photo, she noticed something unexpected in the image. Above the horizon, near the moon, there was a blue, cloud-like light that she had not seen with her naked eye at the time. The object appeared to be stationary in the sky. According to the witness, the blue light only became noticeable after reviewing the photo. She stated that there were no nearby buildings, streetlights, or obvious light sources in the direction she was facing that could easily explain the appearance. The image shows a soft, glowing blue shape with uneven edges, positioned against a cloudy night sky. The moon is visible lower in the frame, close to the tree line and houses, while the blue object appears higher and separated from it. She mentioned that the photo was taken while parked or moving slowly, not at high speed, and that the image was captured outside the car, reducing the chance of dashboard reflections. The witness believes the object looked suspended in place rather than moving. There are several possible explanations that remain open. Night mode photography can introduce artifacts, including light amplification, color shifts, and lens flare, especially when bright objects like the moon are present. The blue glow could be related to atmospheric conditions, cloud illumination, or internal reflections within the phone camera system. At the same time, the witness notes that she did not observe any obvious source for the light in real time. With only still images and no video, it is difficult to determine whether the object was physical, atmospheric, or a camera effect. The sighting remains unidentified based on the available information, and further analysis would require original image data and additional context. Unusual shape. On December 31, 2025, a short video began circulating online showing an unusual formation in the sky. The footage appears to have been recorded during daylight hours under clear blue conditions. In the video, a large, bright white shape is visible, roughly circular and compact, with well-defined edges. It remains mostly stationary for the duration of the clip, unlike typical clouds that tend to stretch, thin out, or drift noticeably with the wind. According to the witness, the object did not behave like an ordinary cloud. They noted that it appeared isolated, with no surrounding cloud cover of a similar type. The shape maintained its structure for several moments, showing minimal deformation. The witness believed this was unusual enough to record and share, stating that it did not resemble clouds they commonly see in that area. The video does not show rapid movement, flashing lights, or sudden changes in direction. Instead, the object appears suspended, slowly changing texture along its surface. Some parts of it look slightly denser, while others seem thinner, giving the impression of layered material rather than a uniform vapor cloud. No sound was reported, and there are no visible aircraft, drones, or balloons in the immediate vicinity. The claim made by the witness is that the formation could be something more than a natural cloud, possibly obscuring or concealing another object within it. However, the footage itself does not clearly reveal anything emerging from or entering the formation. There is no visible opening, separation, or object breaking away during the recording. From a neutral perspective, several explanations remain possible. Certain atmospheric conditions can create compact cloud formations that appear stationary for short periods, especially when viewed from a fixed angle. Temperature differences, wind layers at different altitudes, or condensation around unseen disturbances can all produce unusual shapes. At this point, the video stands as an interesting visual observation. Without additional data such as location details, wind conditions, or longer footage, the exact nature of the formation remains uncertain. If you appreciate the hours of work and effort that goes into creating these videos, then show your support by buying me a coffee by clicking the link in the description below, and I will be more than thankful to you guys. And if you enjoy watching these videos, make sure to like, and watch my other videos as well. Also subscribe and turn on your notifications to watch more UFO videos in the future.